Hello everyone, from this video lecture I am going to explain about the fruit. So as we have discussed in the process of fertilization, the product of fertilization, that is the embryo sac or product of fertilization, it is two. In the case of double fertilization, that is the zygote which make the embryo, while the endosperm which is formed, or primary endosperm nucleus which produce the endosperm and which is responsible for the growth of embryo from the zygote. So embryo along with the endosperm, or in the absence of endosperm, make the seed along with the ovule, but the wall of ovary becomes converted into structure which is known as the fruit. So the fruit actually is not the other things, it is the wall of ovary. Wall of ovary converted into the wall of fruit. The wall of ovary get converted into the wall of fruit, and the wall of fruit is called pericarp. So in the case of in most of the cases, the wall of ovary make the wall of fruit, and that wall of fruit it is known as the pericarp. And pericarp consists of three layers. Pericarp consists of three layers. That is the epicarp, mesocarp, and the third is the endocarp. So in different kind of fruits, the out of these three, or there may be all the three layer of the pericarp edible, or a single out of three, maybe the one part will be edible. It is based on types of fruit. So especially in the fruit, what are the components present? So fruit, it consists of pericarp and plus seed present inside the fruit. It means the fruit also consists of seed. So this is the composition of fruit. Now we can also observe with the help of a diagram is the transverse section of PS of apple. In the case of apple, we can observe here a layer inside the this. Then we will observe such kind of this type of structure. Then inside this, the seed is arranged in such a manner. These are the seed. Then after seed, the structure it is called the endocarp. The structure inside around the seed is known as the endocarp. So this is the endocarp. Then after endocarp, the structure it is the mesocarp. And this structure, fleshy structure, it is the thalamus. So here one layer, that is the epicarp, is not appear here, only the mesocarp and the endocarp appear. We can also observe structure of apple. When we observe the section of apple, we can observe layer as here. This is the epicarp. This is the mesocarp, and this one is the endocarp. And inside the endocarp there is the seed. So this, in the case of apple, which is a true fruit, the all the layer, that is epicarp, mesocarp and endocarp, present around the seed. While in the case of false fruit, the epicarp is absent, and at the place of there is the thalamus present. So again, next we can observe these differences when we discuss about the types of fruit. So the next topic is the types of fruit. So fruit can be divided into two categories based on its nature of fleshy or dry. So first, based on the structure of fruit. It is of two types, that is dry fruit, in which the wall of ovary or the pericarp remain dry. So that fruit is known as pericarp is dry in the case of dry fruit. So that is known as dry fruit. For example, mustard, groundnut, etc. And the second one is the fleshy fruit, in which the pericarp remain fleshy or juicy. So in that kind of fruit, it is known as the fleshy fruit. So this is the types of fruit on the basis of the structure of the fruit. Here the example of fleshy fruit, it is the mango, guava, etc. Then again the types of fruit based on the second basis of types of fruit, it is the origin. The fruit developed or edible part of fruit developed from which part of the flower. On that basis, it is also can be divided into two categories. So the first is the true fruit, developed from the fruit which is developed from only wall of ovary. So only wall of ovary is involved in the formation of fruit. That fruit is known as true fruit. For example, guava, mango, etc. But in the case of the second category of fruit, it is known as the false fruit. So the false fruit, it is just opposite to the true fruit, and here the development of fruit takes place. Other than ovary wall. For example, apple, hazelnut, strawberry, pear, etc. And these fruits develop from thalamus. Especially thalamus is the another structure which is mostly responsible for the formation of fruit other than the wall of ovary. So this is all about the structure and types of fruit. And one thing also remain related to the fruit, that is the parthenocarpic fruit. So what is the parthenocarpic fruit? We can also understood. So here parthenocarpic fruit. Let us discuss parthenocarpic fruit. So in the case of most of the fruit formation of fruit, in most of the flowering plant, the formation of fruit take place after the fertilization or after the formation of seed. But or actually we can not saying after the formation of seed, because the formation of seed as well as the formation of fruit is simultaneous process. Both process take place simultaneously. So in the case of parthenocarpic fruit, the formation of fruit take place without fertilization. But mostly what happens, the fruit formation always take place after the fertilization. So but some fruit or some flowering plant enable the formation of fruit without fertilization, and that fruit is known as parthenocarpic fruit. So the fruit form without fertilization. That kind of fruit it is known as the parthenocarpic fruit. And one another term is also given in our or it is also related or similar to the parthenocarpic fruit. It is the parthenogenesis. But parthenogenesis is another topic. It is totally different from parthenocarpic fruit. So what is parthenogenesis? It is the process of formation of seed without or with the help of unfertilized egg. Means here the seed formation also take place without fertilization. So it is known as parthenogenesis, and it is the it is a type of apomixis. So this is an overall about the fruit and its types, which is the last topic of our chapter, that is the reproduction in flowering.